Don't you find it interesting that the one-sided beef just kind of canceled itself out? The more you kind of ignore it, it just evaporated, it just kind of vanished. And as long as you fed into it, trying to wonder why is it that a person had issues with you, like all that energy you wasted in the past, once you realize that it was not a we problem but a personal problem that these individuals had, and you pulled your energy back from that, and the beef just canceled itself out on its own, that's golden. Because for so long, many of us, and I speak from experience because I've dealt with this throughout my life, where I was wondering, how could I be nicer? How could I be kinder? What could I do to make this person or that person like me? And this is from a point of view of a woman that has no friends, literally. I mean, I'll put it this way. I have some associates, people that I'm cool with from the past. We may speak every now and then, but in general, I don't have any friends. And it has been the best decision of my adult life. And I say this because from the very beginning, it seems as if most people that wanted to be my friend, it was for ulterior motives, or it was passive aggressive, it was a frenemy type of dynamic. I also realized that too, a large part of the people that we attract into our life, we tolerate certain people because they are similar to the people that we were accustomed to, the people we were familiar with, in particular your family. So if your family had a negative, very catty or disrespectful type of dynamic going on with you, oftentimes you begin to associate with that as being the norm. And so when I detached from my family of origin and I decided to just choose me, to love me, okay, and not to tolerate people and say things like, oh, that's just the way they are, tolerate their disrespect. Because some people will seek you out just to harm you, just to try to abuse you or disrespect you. Okay, and so I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I've been able to really trust my discernment, trust my intuition, and I would not have it any other way. I'm somebody that, and I know this is resonating with many of you, because many of you may have wondered, like, what the freak is going on? Like, God, why is it that people are behaving towards me this or that way? And a lot of it has to do with people are hurting. There's people that have their own issues. They're not dealing with their issues. Instead, they would rather project their issues onto others. They would rather make it seem as if everything's okay by gossiping, trying to break other people down. You hear a lot of that in these so-called friend groups, where they're just coming together for brunch, they're just coming together for a spa day just so that they can tear other people down. That's not true friendship. And if that is what it means to have a friendship, I opted out a very, 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 very long time ago. I've always been somebody that, I was friendly towards, just a lot of people, even in school, grade school, high school, college, work environments. But I always kind of kept them at a distance. I never really fell into the mindset of, let's be friends, let's go hang out. Because plenty of times, same people that said that they wanted to be cool or seemed like they had an interest in being my friend, it was very competitive, it was very catty, it was very nasty. And it's something that I'm grateful that I was able to opt out. So I share this at this time because just to encourage some of you women that you are coming into your own, you're beginning to nurture and really honor who you are, enjoying the things about yourself that make you unique. Do not ignore when you pick up on bad vibes from people. You will save yourself a lot of headaches, a lot of heartache, if you just trust your intuition, trust your God-given discernment. If somebody is pretending like they have an interest in being your friend, but like their actions does not align, your actions speak louder than words. And that's a silent epidemic when it comes to the collective of sisterhood. In order for us to actually improve, it requires accountability. Okay? True self-accountability. Oftentimes, most women have a poor relationship with their mothers or women in general. And it comes to a point where in order for these things to get better, you have to address them, you have to be accountable for it. And I too, although I've tried to, for some reason, I always had this sense of discernment, of introspection, where I can pick up on women that may have been around me, even, within my family, even my mother, where their behaviors that were projected onto me, I knew that it was not necessarily something about me that was causing them to behave so poorly towards me, but it was a lack within them. It was something that they were struggling with. So I was always able to understand and analyze and realize that, okay, how they're behaving towards me is not really my issue, it's a them issue. They have some deep issues, deep-seated problems. But at the same token, for a large majority of my life, I would make excuses and I would just turn a blind eye and still be around those people, to the point where, again, like I mentioned, for several years, I would say maybe for about the last 10 years, I opted out of even the idea of so-called having friendships actively. I was distant per se in the past, but I realized that I wanted to make sure that I put my needs at the forefront. I'm not going to just say that I'm going to be around this or that person just so that we can chill, hang out, shop together, go to spas together, exercise together, whatever, take our children out places together when they have ulterior motives. Because it could be dangerous. Like, I've been in situations where so-called women were trying to set me up. They were trying to get my cookies took. Like, it's been messed up. And oftentimes people don't really discuss these things. They kind of just act as if it is the norm, but it is so not normal. There's been many women that were straight up predators and they got a pass because they're women. And if men did some of the things that these women have done towards their so-called friends, people will be in an uproar. And so I share this at this time from the point of view as a woman that is comfortable with not having any friends, is that young ladies, and even some older ladies too, because everybody is, could be dealing with this issue, choose your connection with the Most High. Choose your connection with yourself and those that really honor and love you over those that say that they want to be your friends, say that they want to be cool with you, but you can pick up on their bad vibes, you can pick up on their ulterior motives. It could literally save your life. Okay, even in regard to the girl Shanquilla Robinson a couple of years ago, if she was really honest with herself, she would probably realize that those people really didn't care about her. But sometimes, we have these unmet needs and we feel as if we can fill those voids with so-called friends. But if they giving off bad vibes and if their spirit ain't right, it's best to keep them at bay. All right? The Most High is going to allow you to connect with the right people when it's the right time. But until then, be a friend to yourself. Be your own best friend. Never let yourself down. When you begin to let yourself down and go against your own best interest, that's showing that you don't even have the capability of being a true friend to yourself. So I encourage you right now, be a true friend for yourself. Stay away from them folks. Don't answer those calls.